Perfect. So in the previous class, you have seen the investments. What are the kinds of investment we have seen? Kinds of investment, Anjali. What are the different types of investment we have seen?
Ma'am, induced investment and autonomous investment.
Yeah. Autonomous investment and induced investment. And you have seen the diagrammatic representation also. Autonomous investment is a parallel line to the x-axis.
X-axis.
The other induced investment, that is a upward sloping line, because as the level of income increases, what also increases, investment also increases. And also how you will take an investment decision, the factors affecting investment or determinants of the investment, that also you have seen. What are the factors affecting investment? What are the factors affecting investment, Naman? What are the factors affecting investment? Come fast.
Rate of return,
Hmm. Yes. Rate of return, rate of interest, and marginal efficiency of investment. This rate of return will come under what? Marginal efficiency of investment. Just keep in mind MEI, marginal efficiency of investment. In that, the yield will also come. That is rate of return will also come. How will you assess the marginal efficiency of investment? By comparing the supply price and the prospective yield. By comparing the supply price, at what cost you are buying an investment, and what is the yield you get. You compare the both. So that is what you say, rate of return. When you compare the both, then if the rate of return is more, you will choose that particular investment. So the two factors which affect the investment decision are marginal efficiency of investment, keep in mind MEI, marginal efficiency of investment, and rate of interest. The rate of interest. What is rate of interest? The interest that you have to pay for borrowing, or you can say cost of borrowing. In that case, you have seen, if marginal efficiency of investment is more than the rate of interest, yeah, complete the sentence. If marginal efficiency of investment is more than ROI or rate of interest, what you will do?
We will invest.
You will choose. You will decide
We
to
will invest more.
invest. You will invest. That means your efficiency of investment is more than the rate of interest you are paying to the bank for borrowing. So you will invest. If it is reverse, that means ROI is more than MEI, you will quit. You won't do that particular investment. So that is what you have seen. And today we will see the new topic, that is ex-ante investment and ex-post investment. The two terms are ex-ante and ex-post. So this usually comes for only the meaning you have to study. And in the coming chapters, you will study it in detail also. Okay. So what are the things? Ex-ante and ex-post. So the terms are ex-ante investment, ex-ante savings. The ex-ante factors can be ex-ante investment or ex-ante savings. Or it can be ex-post investment or ex-post saving. So first of all, we will see what is ex-ante investment. The word, first of all, you understand the difference between these two terms, ex-ante and ex-post. The spelling is ANTE, ex-ante and ex-post. What is ex-ante? Here you just remember that ex-ante means the planned. Ex-ante is the plan. It can be the expenditure, it can be the investment, can be the saving, whatever is planned, is known as ex-ante. Just keep in mind anticipated. What is anticipated? It's not, I mean, it is not actually incurred. So ex-ante means planned, or you can say the desired. What is the desired level of saving? What is the desired level of investment? What is the desired level of expenditure? So what is planned or desired, and what is expected? What is expected? So that is known as ex-ante. If you remember these three terms, you will get the meaning. So what will be then ex-ante investment? Ex-ante investment is what is the planned investment for the next session, or what is the planned investment for 2021? What is ex-ante saving? What is the planned saving for the next year? So planned, desired, or expected. What is the expected investment for the next year? What is the desired investment for the next year? Planned investment for the next year, that is known as ex-ante. Did you understand? Did you understand
Yes,
what is
ma'am.
that? So when the word ex ante is with a particular term like investment or savings or expenditure, whatever, ex ante always means it is the planned. It is the planned expenditure for the next year. It is the planned investment for the next year. It is the planned saving for the next year. Or for any year, next 5 years or whatever. It is planned. It is not actual. But ex post means actual. What is the actual investment done in 2020 or 2019? So what is incurred actually? What is incurred? What was the actual expenditure? What was the actual saving? So that is actually happened, and you will get the, I mean, exact figure. So what is actual investment for the last year? What is the actual saving incurred in the last year? That this particular term means exposed. It is denoted by the term exposed. So if you understand the term, the difference between ex ante and exposed, you can understand the meaning also. So what is ex ante saving? What is ex ante saving? What is the economy planning to save? What is the planned saving for the year? What is the planned saving? That is known as ex ante saving. What is the planned investment? That is known as ex ante investment. Okay, so ex ante investment refers to the amount of investment which firms plan to invest. The word plan is important here. The firms plan to invest at different levels of income in the economy. So you know why? You know saving is a factor which depends upon what? Income. So saving always depends upon what? Income. Expect this autonomous. Okay, all the inclusive investment are based on income. So at different levels of income, what is the planned investment? That is known as ex ante investment. Is the amount of investment which firms plan to invest at different levels of income in the economy. Okay, and it is determined by the relation between investment demand and rate of interest. Investment demand and rate of interest, that you know, investment we will do after considering many factors, that rate of interest, marginal efficiency of investment and all. So on the basis of all this, how much you invest, plan to invest, by comparing the marginal efficiency of the investment and by comparing the rate of interest and everything, what is your plan? How much you are planning to invest at different levels of income, that is known as ex ante. Ex ante what? Investment. What is you planning to invest? That is known as ex ante investment. What is you planning to save? That is known as ex ante saving. So I hope you understood what is ex ante saving. I will repeat. Ex ante saving refers to the amount of saving which households plan to save at different levels of income of the country. You know, the saving and investment, everything depends upon the level of income. So what is ex ante saving? It refers to the amount of saving which household or savings. Normally, who are the, I mean, saving is done by the household, or else you can say household or any savers plan to save at different levels of income. How much you save at different levels of income? How much you plan to save? How much you plan to save at different levels of income? That is known as ex ante saving. So these are the, I mean, meaning of ex ante investment and ex ante saving. Now we will see ex post. What is ex post saving? That is the actual or realized saving in an economy during an year. I will write one more word here, realized. So keep in mind these three words. The actual or realized investment, the actual incurred or realized investment or saving during an year is known as ex post. So what is ex post saving? Actual or realized saving an economy during an year. So what will be ex post investment? Realized or actual investment in an economy during a year. So that is ex post. That means realized, actual, incurred in an year. That is ex post. If it is you write saving, that is ex post. You write investment, that is ex post investment. Okay. So I hope you understood the meaning of ex ante investment. So you just can see ex ante investment and ex ante saving. Ex post investment and ex post saving. I hope you understood. One is planned and the other one is actually incurred at different levels of income. In both cases, saving at different levels of income and investment at different levels of income. And it is planned and this is actual. So those are the two terms, ex ante and ex post. Now we will see there is a stage where this ex ante saving is equal to ex ante investment. This stage is known as the equilibrium. So what is equilibrium? The stage where ex ante saving, for ex ante saving, I have written ES. You have to write the full. When the ex ante saving is equal to the ex ante investment, that means what do you mean by, what is the meaning? All the saving done by the household or any savers is coming in the form of investment. Such a position in the economy is known as equilibrium. Ex ante saving is equal to the ex ante investment. Such a position is known as what? Equilibrium. Both become equal. But this is rarely happens. All the saving will not come into the form of investment. There are many reasons for that. All the savings, so savings normally done by the householders. Okay, so all the savings will not come as investment. This is a very rare thing to happen, but whenever it happens, that is, if somebody asks you or if a question comes, what is equilibrium? Ex ante savings equal to ex ante investment, that stage is known as what? Equilibrium. But ex ante saving and ex ante investment are not always equal to each other. Okay, this is not easy. That means both are becoming equal because of many reasons. What will be the reason? Saving is done by the household and investment is mostly done by the firm. These are done by two different parties. Normally, who does the saving? Household. And who does the investment? Business firm. So these are the two parties. So it is difficult to attain such a position. Isn't it? Saving is done by the household and investment is done by the firm. So savers and investors are different people with different priorities. This household have different priorities and investors have different priorities. So I will write here household. So saving is generally done by household and investment is done by business firms. So both are different groups. They are not the same. So this position is little difficult to attain. Whatever household save, that should come in the form of investment of the firm. That is the equilibrium position. So this is not easy to come at such a position because these two done by different people. Saving is done by household and investment is done by firm. So the savers and the investors are different people with different priorities. They are different people with different priorities. Household may be having some other priorities and firm's priority is profit. Their priority may be something else, risk-free or something else. Okay. So both are different people with different priorities, with different interests. So this is a difficult situation. So always this cannot be equal. That means always this cannot be equal. What cannot be equal? Yeah, somebody speak. What cannot be equal? Am I out of the meeting? What cannot be equal?
Saving and investment. Saving and
Yeah.
investment.
And saving and investment, here you add one thing, ex-ante saving and ex-ante investment. Because why they have added those words? Because here we are discussing about only ex-ante savings and ex-ante investment. It cannot be equal because savings come from mainly households and investment is done by, investment is done by
Firms.
firms, and both of them have different priorities and different interests. So this is not always possible. And another reason, this is the first reason, different people with different priorities. Different people, I will write here, different interests, different people with different priority. They are different category, different people, and their priorities also or interest also different. And another thing, saving is made in small amount, Normally household, they save the amount in small amount. Make the saving in small amount, maybe 1,000 rupees per month, 5,000 rupees per month, like that. Household, they save in very small amount or small amount. But the investment by firm is done with a huge amount, crores of rupees, and they may be saving in thousands of rupees, and their investment is done by crores of big amounts. So that is another reason this ex-ante saving is not equal to ex-ante investment. The reason is saving is made in small amount, but investment is always done with big firms, big amount. So compared to the saving, this investment is done in big amount. That is another reason it is difficult to achieve. This cannot be happen. And the third reason, saving is made for meeting future uncertain events. Why the household save? Why you and me, like the general public, why they save? To meet uncertainties in future or contingencies. We save for meeting the contingencies, future contingencies. But investment is made for profit motive. So they need their investment to be risk-free. They want the household, they want it to be risk-free. And these people, they are ready to take the risk, they want the profit. So the motive is different. So saving is made for what? Meeting future contingencies, but the investment is done for profit motive. So these are the three reasons why ex-ante saving and ex-ante investment not always equal to each other. So what is the question here? This is not equal always. What is the reason? Yeah, what is the reason? One of the reason, who is going to answer? Why ex-ante saving is not equal to ex-ante investment? Who is going to answer? Make it fast, the first one.
Well, generally the saving is done by household and investment is done by the funds. So the households have different priorities and firms have different priorities. So saving
Very
and
good. Very good. So that is the first point. Why always ex-ante saving is not equal to ex-ante investment. And the next point, come on, make it fast. Make it fast. Unmute yourself and speak. Sandhya,
Yes, ma'am.
unmute yourself and speak.
Ma'am, ex-ante saving is done in small amount and
Hmm.
ex-ante investment is done in big amounts.
Yeah, this is done with small amount and this is done with big amount, isn't it? Yeah, the next one, third one.
Ma'am, ma'am, ex-ante savings aims to meet future uncertainties
Hmm.
and ex-ante investment aims to gain profit.
Very good, very good. Why don't you speak when I ask? Without wasting time, come and speak. Okay, so this is done for meeting future contingencies. Okay, and this is for making profit. So that is why this, what is equilibrium? When ex-ante saving is equal to ex-ante investment, that is known as equilibrium. And why it is not always equilibrium? The three reasons are this. Now we will see, okay, you are already, you have seen what is exposed. Exposed, you have already, we have discussed again, then also I will repeat, exposed saving and investment. What is exposed saving? Exposed saving refers to the actual or realized saving in an economy during an year. The actual, so keep in mind the word actual or realized. Actual or realized saving in an economy during an year, that is known as exposed saving. So what is exposed investment? Actual or realized investment in an economy during an year is known as exposed investment. Okay. Next, we have see two, three terms like what is full employment, involuntary unemployment, voluntary unemployment and all. First term, listen very carefully, full employment. It is in the word itself, full employment. But the definition is little, you have to explain it. All the aspects should come in it. Otherwise, with the word itself, full employment means all the people are employed, isn't it? So what is a full employment? Full employment refers to the situation in which all those people who are willing and able to work. So remember these two terms, who are willing and able to work. Some are not willing to work. We cannot compel them. And some are not able to work because of different reasons. So we cannot give employment to them. So if in an economy, those who are willing and able to work at the existing wage rate, so this condition should be there in your definition, at the existing wage rate. At the existing wage rate, that means at the existing return, get work without any difficulty. So in an economy, the people who are willing to do some work, all those people, okay, all, not a few. So it's a situation in which all those people, all, so the all word also should be there, then only it will become full. So full employment. So in an economy when all those people who are willing and able to work at the existing wage rate get work without any difficulty. They get work. Who get work? Who are willing and able to work will get a work. All those who are willing and able to work at the existing wage rate get the work without any difficulty or without much difficulty. That is known as full employment. So that is a definition for that. Some of you read the definition, not some. Any one of you who is going to read might be read the definition. What is full employment? I have written only the key terms, but you have to complete it. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
What is full employment?
Full employment refers to a situation in which all those people who are willing and able to work at the existing wage rate get work without any undue difficulty.
Okay, so what are the terms you have to keep in mind? All the people. Okay, so all those people, willing and able, those who are willing and able will get the work. And at the existing wage, they should be like ready to do the work at the existing wage rate, whatever prevailing. And they are getting the work without any undue difficulty. That is known as what? Full employment. Okay, so what is next? We will see. Okay, let me. I'm keeping this for a second. Go through that. So, what do you mean by full employment? In this case, we will come to a conclusion that there is no unemployment. Yes or no? Full employment is a situation of no unemployment. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that means demand for labor is equal to the supply. Understand one more thing, demand for labor is equal to its supply. I'm saying all this point because you have fill in the blank question, 20 filling the blanks question. So in this case, demand and supply become equal. The demand for labor is equal to the supply because those who want it get it without any undue difficulty. So the demand for labor is equal to its supply, or else you can say it's a situation where there is no unemployment. Full employment means no unemployment because the demand for labor and the supply of labor is equal. So it means full employment, there is no unemployment. So this is a term, I mean, in very detailed study is needed, but we have to study only the meaning. So here what you have to understand, all those willing and able to work at the existing wage rate, get the work without any undue difficulty is known as full employment. This is known as no unemployment. In this case, demand for labor is equal to its supply. That means demand for labor is equal to the demand of, supply of labor. Okay. Next, we will see under this full employment, two types of unemployment are there. So this is what full employment. You have seen full employment. Let me take another page. So you have seen what is full employment. Under full employment, there can be two types of unemployment sometimes. They are frictional unemployment and structural unemployment. Frictional, and structural. Frictional unemployment and structural unemployment. Okay, Shrestha, so what are the different types of full employment, two types of unemployment under full employment?
Yes, ma'am. Frictional unemployment and structural unemployment.
That means even though we call it full employment, that does not mean that there is zero unemployment. We called it full employment. But even though we called it zero employment, full employment, that does not mean there is zero unemployment. There can be frictional unemployment and structural unemployment. What is frictional? First of all, we will see frictional. What do you mean by frictional? Due to some friction. That means temporary unemployment. It's a temporary. This person is not unemployed for a long period of time, temporary, a time gap. So this frictional is temporary unemployment. The position of his unemployment is temporary. He will get a job in the near future. Okay, such kind of unemployment is known as frictional unemployment. This condition is temporary. And this is due to lack of market imperfections such as lack of market information about availability of job and lack of perfect mobility of the parts of workers. So this is due to some technical problems. This frictional, some temporary problems. This is not a big problem to the economy. This unemployment is not a big issue to the economy. This is a temporary thing. For example, during the period, workers leave one job and joining the other job. In the meantime, they will be unemployed. Leaving one job and joining another job. In the mean period, there's a time gap of leaving this job and joining the other job. There's a time gap. During that temporary period, that person is to be, said to be in frictional unemployment. That's a temporary state. So it is this does not pose much problem for the economy. So it is a temporary state. This is for the time being. It's for time being only. This is not a permanent problem for the economy. This is due to some frictions. Maybe the person is having lack of market information where the job is available. This can be possible when a person who is skilled or experienced after finishing a course, he is looking for finding a job. He's looking or he's looking or finding a job. He's on go to join a job. That period also a temporary period, maybe 3 months, maybe 1 year, a temporary period. For the time being, he said to be fictional. He will definitely get a job because he's having the proper skill, he's having the proper experience, or he's having the proper knowledge also. He will get a job. That's a post of like a time being condition of time being problem for a time being or a temporary problem. That's actually known as frictional. Mostly happens when workers leave one job and join some other job. Just like introduction of new machine or nationalization production process, breakdown of plant. Now, just like a lockdown is there. In the case of lockdown is there, what happened? There is a frictional unemployment. Maybe that company is getting closed and another company has to. When introduction of new machine. When a machine is newly introduced, he may have to take the training and come back. So there is suppose the time being is unemployed. So that is known as frictional unemployment. Now let's see what is a structural unemployment. Structural means it's a mismatch between the unemployed person and the demand for specific type of workers. That means it happens due to the structural changes in the economy. Anurag? So what is the reason for structural unemployment? Structural changes. Structural unemployment happened because of structural changes. Structure in the economy. Any change in the structure of the economy. For example, from like we were in Indian economy was completely dependent on, it was an agrarian economy. We have seen. Indian economy was completely what? An agrarian economy. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, please. My battery is low. Okay. So agrarian economy. Now we are moving towards the service sector. More employment are in which sector now? Service sector. That also we will study in more detail in economic development, other book. So from the agrarian economy, now we are changing to service-oriented economy, service sector. So that is a structural change in the economy. Due to the structural change, many people will be unemployed. Many people will be thrown out from those who were doing agriculture, have to change shift to the service sector. So unemployment happened because of the structural changes in the economy. That is known as structural unemployment. Or another thing you can say due to computerization. The computerization was done in the railway and many firms and industries, people were doing the other work traditionally they were doing. Due to computerization, workers who do not possess the enough knowledge of computer, they were thrown out of their job. Either they will be unemployed, they have to. That means you can either say there's a mismatch between the unemployed person and the demand of specific type of workers. A specific type of workers is required, and I said here computer knowledge. What is the specific type of workers required? Those workers who is having knowledge of computer only required, so the other persons will lose their job. So such kind of it, something happens, structural changes happen in the economy, and employment happen. That is known as structural unemployment. And these two, unemployment happens under full employment. Actually, it was running on full employment. Everything was full employment was going on. And in between, some person joined one job and moving to another job. Then frictional or temporary, what happens? Unemployment happened. So all the persons were engaged in job, full employment was there. Meanwhile, what happened? Some structural change happened in the economy. Some specific type of, due to any invention, not invention, due to any introduction of the government policy introduction, some specific workers needed, that the knowledge you have is not enough for a particular job. You need some additional knowledge. So specific type of workers is required. In that case, what will happen? Structural change happen. That means structural unemployment happens. So these are the two types of full employment. That is frictional unemployment. So full employment does not mean that it is always zero unemployment. In that, this frictional unemployment may happen and structural unemployment may happen. You understood why frictional unemployment or temporary unemployment happen and how this structural unemployment happen. There is one more term left, involuntary unemployment. Involuntary unemployment. So what is involuntary unemployment? You don't want to be unemployed, but you are unemployed now. You are willing and able to work. You are willing to work. You are able to work at the existing wage rate, but you are not given a work. You are not provided with a job. Okay, that is known as involuntary unemployment. Involuntary unemployment means, what is involuntary? See, go after the words. You are unemployed because of not your reason. You are ready to go. So what is involuntary unemployment? It refers to an unemployment in which all those people who are willing and able to work at the existing wage rate do not get the work. They are ready at the existing rate. They are able. They are ready, but they are not getting the work. That's known as involuntary unemployment. Understood what is involuntary unemployment? Speak. Did you understand what is involuntary unemployment?
Yes, ma'am.
One more term left. Voluntary unemployment. What is voluntary unemployment? You don't want any job. That is voluntary unemployment. You have enough money, which is earned by your parents. You don't want to work. It's a situation when a person is unemployed because he is not willing to go. And even at the existing wage rate, you are not willing to go. So you have like a you need not work because it does not have any impact on the economy, because as you are not ready to work, you don't have the employment. So voluntarily you are unemployed. That is known as voluntary. You need not work. I mean, you don't want to work. That is why at the existing wage rate or whatever, you are unemployed because of you are not willing to work. That is known as voluntary unemployment. So here you have seen, just remember, I'm winding up with the revision, like what are the revising the terms you have seen. You have seen full employment. You have seen full employment. Under full employment, frictional unemployment. And what is the next? Frictional unemployment and structural unemployment. Then you have seen involuntary unemployment. Involuntary, that means you are ready to work, you are not getting a job. Then voluntary unemployment, that means you are not ready to work at the existing wage rate. Voluntary unemployment. So these are the terms. Okay.